Gate 25, innocence. The gate of the spirit of the self. The perfection of action through uncontrived and spontaneous nature. The centering of being depends on the quality of their innocence. The innocence is tested in the fire of competitive energy. Despite the outward appearances, the true competition is whether the self can maintain its innocence despite circumstances. This is the gate of the spiritual warrior, the shaman, priestess. It is one of the 4 gates of the cross of the vessel, a gate of love. Innocence is the gate of the blood. It is the potential to love existence without discrimination. A flower can be loved as profoundly as a human. This quality of love is often projected as cool or cold. It is neither. The mystical potential of this love is transcendent and universal. The spirit is always being tested. This is the gate of scars, of the potential of being wounded. When the warrior fool leaps into the void, it is innocence that must land on its feet. The spirit can be broken, but triumph and survival enrich the spirit and result in the wonder of being. Line 1, selflessness. Motiveless action. Exalted, the universalization of activity. Psychic attunement that is its own reward. The potential for centering through attunement to challenges. Detriment, a tendency to publicize one's selflessness. The insecurity of the self manifested in times of change. Line 2, the existentialist. Devotion and dedication to the now. The perfection of the intellect through concentration and focus on what is, rather than what could be or has been. The innocence of the self and its protection can only be maintained in the now. Detriment, a dedication that can never be free of personal motivation and its attendant projections. A lack of innocence in the now that risks protection through projection. Line 3, sensibility. The recognition that innocent action does not in itself guarantee success. Exalted, the power of the ego to withstand failure and still maintain its nature. The power of the spirit to withstand failure and shock. Detriment, the potential loss of innocence through misfortune that in the extreme can manifest from crime to suicide. The potential loss of spirit through failure or shock. Line 4, survival. The nature of true innocence can be maintained regardless of circumstances. The beauty of the rose, exalted, the beauty of the rose in the garbage dump. Jupiter is also exalted. The highest principles even amongst the greatest decadence. The spiritual warrior. The innocent maintained regardless of circumstances. No polarity. No planet in detriment. Line 5, recuperation. When innocence is sapped of its vitality, healing is the first priority. Exalted, the ability to recognize the inner meaning of an affliction and to withdraw until it is healed. The power of the spirit to heal and be healed. Detriment, hypochondria, and the need to be healed by others. The weakness of the spirit which requires healing from others. Line 6, ignorance. False innocence betrayed by actions. Exalted, the least mild of a negative position, where inappropriate action is censored. The loss of innocence through inappropriate action. Detriment, constant inappropriate and destabilizing actions whose very counterproductiveness strips away the facade of innocence. Constant inappropriate action in times of challenges that can break the spirit.